Welcome back. In this video, you're going to learn how to create a new workbook. You're going to learn how to open a workbook. You're going to learn how to save a workbook. You're going to learn how to close a workbook. And you're going to learn how to enter numeric and text information, and also how you can move around in a worksheet. Do you understand that? So these are things that we're going to be considering. So we're still going to go back to launch a Excel application. We want to create a new workbook, a blank workbook now. You're not working with a template this time around, so you're going to click and launch the application. So I'm just going to launch the application now. Look for it and launch it. So it's going to bring us here. Don't forget I told you that these are templates. If what you want to do is related to any of them, you can select it, then edit it to suit what you want to achieve. But right now we want to deal with blank workbook. We also have the online templates there. If you are connected to the internet, you can get templates online. Do you understand that now? So just like we did on Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So I'm going to select blank workbook now. And right here we have the workbook. Everywhere is plain. Do you understand? It has nothing on it. So we're going to begin to look at how you can create a blank workbook from here now. So let's assume that you're here already and you want to create another blank workbook. How do you do that? All you need to do is to go to File, then come to New. Then it's going to bring you to where we just left. Do you understand that? Then you can create another one by clicking blank workbook, and it's going to create another one for you. Do you understand that now? So this is what you need to understand. I hope you got that. So let me click now. You see that it has created another one. So we now have two worksheets now. Sorry, two workbooks. So I can go to the taskbar to see them. Can you see when I point to the icon? Look at it now. I have book 1 and book 2. Now, when you create an Excel workbook, by default, it assigns a name to it. And the name it assigns is book. So if you're creating first one, it will write book 1 there. If you create another one, it will be book 2. Next one will be book 3. Do you understand that now? So these are things that you need to know. Just like on PowerPoint, you have the first one, presentation 1, presentation 2, and on Microsoft Word, you're going to have document 1, document 2, and the likes. I hope you understand that. So, and this is the name of the application we're using currently, Excel. I hope you got that. So these are things that you need to know. So I also told you earlier that on a workbook you have worksheets. Do you understand that? So a workbook contains worksheets. So by default, you're going to have the first sheet coming out, and the name will be sheet 1. So as you keep increasing by using this plus sign, you keep creating more sheets. If I create another one now, it's going to become sheet 2. Do you understand that? As you keep creating, to keep assigning names to them. Do you understand that? Sheet 3, sheet 4, and the likes. I hope you're getting it now. So let me go back to sheet 1. This is the active sheet now. That is the one I'm currently working on. So you see it highlighted. Do you understand? You can rename these sheets. Do you understand that? So you need to understand that, but you're going to learn that as we move on in the course. So I told you about an active cell. An active cell is one that has this thick border around it. So it means it's the one that you're currently focusing on. Do you understand that? A cell is just an intersection of rows and columns. Do you understand that? So it's an intersection. If you look at this now, this column, this row, so they are intersecting, then you have a cell there. Do you understand that? So that's one thing you need to know. I hope you're getting it now. And one thing you need to understand is that your cell can contain one single value or a formula. Do you understand that now? So you can enter one value in each cell. Do you understand? You're going to be learning how to enter those values soon. Alright? So you need to understand that these are your worksheets now, and they are within this workbook called Book 1. I hope you're getting it now. So we're going to move on now. So when do you now use a worksheet? You need a worksheet when you need a document that can track your numerical information. Do you understand that? Or when you want to give a report that is, numerical in nature. I hope you're getting it. So things you could do with your worksheet, you could do it. You could do budgets, direct cash flow analysis, revenue and expense reports. You could give your financial reports. You could do employee vacation time, student grades, and the likes. Do you understand that? Those are the things you could do with your Excel sheet. I hope you get what I'm saying. So your worksheet can help you process all that. So all you need to do is just to organize your information in such a way that it is very clear to you, and anyone that will be using or analyzing the document. I hope you understand that. So that's very, very important. I hope you got that. So if you now look at this, we've created 2 workbooks now. So if you look at this place now, you're going to see Book 1. That is one of the workbooks that we have opened. We also have Book 2. If you come to the tax bar, you're going to see Book 2 here. You can see it. This is Book 2 now. So we've opened 2 blank workbooks. Do you understand that? So I hope you didn't forget how we opened it. You go to File, you go to New, then you're going to come here, you see blank workbook, then you select it. If you want any of the templates, you choose from here. So you can always open a new workbook at any point in time. Do you understand that? So I want to believe that that is very clear to you. So to switch between those workbooks, all you need to do is to come to the tax bar. All of them will be here. Then you can select from there. Or you go to View. When you come to View, are you getting it? You're going to come to Switch Windows. And you see Switch Windows. Then all the workbooks that you've opened will be here. Then you can select the one that you want to switch to. So if I want to switch to Book 1, as you can see, it has brought me there. So it's either you do it that way, or you come to the tax bar to choose any one you want. I hope you got that now. That's how to make a switch between your workbooks. So let's now look at how we can make entries into the worksheet. So I told you this is your workspace. The worksheet is your workspace where you're going to enter your data. But I want to show you different kinds of data that you can enter into your worksheet. We have labels, we have values, and we have formulas. And labels are simply your text entries. Do you understand that? They are your text entries. Do you understand now? Let's say, for example, you want to input the surnames of people, or let's say the age of people on this worksheet. You're going to have age as the label, while you're going to have values as the input. Do you understand that? So you have your labels, you have your values, and you have your formulas. So when do you bring in formulas? When you need to, do a form of calculation. I hope you get what I'm saying. That's when you use your formula. Your formula is composed of your values, your cell references, that is referencing all the cell names, your arithmetic operators, or your special functions. So when you combine all that together, you're going to have your formula. We're going to be demonstrating that soon. I hope you're getting it. So how do you now enter data into your worksheet? You can enter data directly from the active cell. Just like what I told you earlier, that when you have an active cell, it is the cell that you want to act on. Do you understand that? Or the one you are currently acting on. Do you understand? So, and you have the tick border around it. So as you can see, this is our active cell now. So I can, type directly from here. So how do I do that? Once I am there, all I need to do is just to type. So once I type, it's going to reflect there. And you see that what is here is also reflected on the formula bar. Can you see that? So it tells you that you can also, enter data from the formula bar. So let's say I want to go to B2 now, sorry, B1, which is the next cell, and I click there. This is the active cell now. I can enter data here. Let's say man is what I want to enter from the formula bar, and it's going to enter into the active cell. Do you understand that? Can you see that now? So that's how to enter data into your cells. Now, how do you now move from one cell to another? Just like, you did when you were working on table on Microsoft Word. When you're done with a particular cell, so you only need to just move to the next one by pressing tab. So let's say from here now, you want to move to this next cell to your right, you press your tab key on your keyboard. So when you press it, it moves to the next one. If I want to move to the next one now, I press my tab key. Do you understand that? So as you can see now, look at it. We now have it here. So if I want to move to the next cell, I press tab key, then it goes there right away. I hope you got that. So that's how to navigate. So if you want to move to the next line, that is the next cell under, you press enter key. So it's going to move to the next line. I mean the next row now. So these are another row. So to move to the next row, I'll press enter key. Do you understand that? To move to the next row, I press enter key. Do you understand? So to navigate from one column to another, you use your tab key to move. Do you understand that now? So it moves towards your right. Do you understand? So that's the way it works. So you either use your tab key or you use your mouse to click on the cell that you want to work on. Do you understand? Clicking now. Do you understand that? So whichever one you prefer, you can do. You can also use your navigation keys, left, right, up, and down. Now, if you have typed on a cell and you want to edit it, if you click on it and you just type, it's going to wipe out the one that is existing there before, the text that is existing there before, a value that is existing there before. So if you want to edit it, all you need to do is to come there and double click on that. So when you double click, then you can now edit it. Let's say there is what I want to have there now. Can you see? So if I want to edit this man to woman, I'll double click it, then come to the beginning, then I type WO. Do you understand that? So that's the way it works. I hope you got that. So as you're moving to the right with your tab, you can use Shift tab to come back to the left. Do you understand that? So it's very simple. I hope you got that very clearly now. So that's what you need to understand. So when I say label the other time, so how do you, before we go to that, how do we delete all this? Let's say I want to delete what is here. If I want to delete everything, all I need to do is to click it, then press delete key on my keyboard and it's going to wipe it out. Do you understand that? Or I use my backspace key to delete. Do you understand that once I get to the cell? But if you don't want to delete everything, then you just want to adjust the text, I've told you that all you need to do is to double click that cell. You can edit whatever data you have there. I hope you got that. Now let's now look at labels. Let's say I want to have all caps, serial number. To move to the next cell, I'll press tab. Let's say I want surname. Let's say to the next tab, I want first name. To the next tab, let's say I want age. So to go to the next row, I'm going to click enter. Now you see that I have labels here already. This first label, this is another one, this third one is the fourth one. Now this label that you're looking at can take up to 32,766 characters long. Do you understand that now? I mean, it can take up to this. Let me type it out for you to see. 32,767 characters. Do you understand that? So you can type up to this number of characters in a particular cell. Do you understand that? So this is what you need to understand. Now, if you look at this particular label now, you will notice that the label is longer than the cell width. Do you understand that? It's longer. So what do you now do? So it means you can adjust it. How do you adjust? Just like you were adjusting on Microsoft Word, you need to bring your mouse pointer to that line. Do you understand that? Where the width ends. Then it's going to give you this symbol that you're looking at now. Then you're going to drag it to the right and it's going to expand it. Let's say we want to expand this one too. We're going to bring it there, then expand. Do you understand? That's how to increase the width of your cell. I hope you're getting it clearly now. So these are things that you could do. So these are your labels now. Now what will now be the values? The values will be all the things you are entering under the labels. So if you now have surname to be John Smith, and the age is 28, all these are values. Now labels by default will align left, while your values, that is numbers, will always align right. Do you understand that? So numbers align right while you have text aligning left. Do you understand that? So you need to understand that. I hope you got that clearly. So these are things that you need to know. So the next thing I want to talk about is the formula. Okay. So let me enter, let's say this is 1. I'm going to go to the next one, 2. You see that numbers are aligning right. They are by default, but that doesn't mean you cannot align them center or align left and all that. So let's say this is Bill, sugar, let's say 47. Now if I want to sum up the ages of these two persons, I need formula to do that. Do you understand that? So if I want to sum them up, one thing you need to understand, we've not got into formula, but I just want you to know that formula is a combination of your the cell reference. Do you understand that? And your values, that is this, your arithmetic operators, which is plus, minus, and the likes, or special function. So let's say I want to calculate the two. I'm going to first type equals. In Excel, when you're dealing with formula, equals come first. Equals to. So this is the first. Then I'm going to have, what is the name of this cell? This is D2. So I'll type D2. Can you see that it has selected it? So plus now is the operator, arithmetic operator. Plus, let's say D3 now. D3. Can you see it? So this is a formula now. You have your operators plus, you have your cell reference, which is this. Then you have the values that will be calculated. So when I hit enter key now on my keyboard, it's going to give me the answer. Can you see that? So that is what formula means. So if you look at the formula bar, you have it there. So it's either you type right on the cell or you type it on the formula bar. So the same thing is what I can do here. So if I type equals D2 plus, one thing you need to understand is that before you start typing on the formula bar, you need to first go to the cell where you want the answer to be. So this is where I want the, let's say I want the answer to be here. I'll click there first, so it becomes the active cell. Then I go to formula bar. I can say equals D2 plus D3. Can you see that? Then when I hit enter key now, it's going to give me the answer there. Can you see that? So that's how formula works. But if you look at this formula now, you can have your formula up to 8,192. I mean in length. So what you're typing here could accommodate up to 8,192 characters. I hope you understand that. So you can keep typing. But once you get to 8,192, it's going to stop there. So that's the limitation of the formula bar. Do you understand that? So that is what you need to understand. I hope you got that clearly now. So let's now look at how we can add date. So let's go to this place and let's add DOB, that is date of birth. And let's try to put something there. Let's say 12/05. The arrangement here is that month comes first, followed by day, followed by the year. But you can change this on the control panel. Do you understand that? So you can change the arrangement. You can make the day to come first, followed by the month, followed by the year. Do you understand that? So 05, let's say 2000. So as you can see, look at it now. This is what you're going to have. So you can type it that way. You can use this / or you use dash. Do you understand that? So this is 5th of December 2000 now. I hope you got that. You can type another one, 16th. 16th. Let's say, sorry, you can't have 16 because month comes first. Let's say 9 / let's say 16. Let's say 1990. So as you can see now, this is another day. Do you understand that? So this is how to add date. Now we're going to be dealing with all this later. If you come to this particular section under Home tab, number, can you see this? We have different formats there. You will see that this particular date now, the format for it is date. As you typed it, it recognized it. So if you click here, it is general. You can take anything. But if you come to this place and click, you see that it is number, purely number. Do you understand that? So if you have a mixture of text and number, you have it as general. Do you understand? So we have different formats there. Can you see them? We have currency, we have accounting, we have long, short, and all that. So we're still going to be looking at that later. I hope you're getting it. So this is how to enter date into your work. I hope you got this clearly. So if you also remember, you'll see that I taught you how to navigate within the worksheet. I told you how to navigate using your tab to navigate from one cell to another within a row, and to come back you use shift tab to come back. To move to the next row, press enter, or to navigate to the cell below that cell. Do you understand that? So you can also use your navigation keys, which I told you about. To edit a text in a cell, you only need to double click it and you can edit it. To go to a new cell, you can click on that cell. Do you understand that? And start typing there. I hope you got that. Or you navigate using your tab key or your navigation keys. I hope you understand that. So these are things that you could do. You also have your scroll bars, which I showed you earlier. Look at them. Horizontal, vertical scroll bar and the horizontal scroll bar. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to master. When I typed here the other time, you saw that the first name was longer than the cell width, so we had to adjust it. So let me type something to show you. Let's say middle name. We're just going to type it together. If I get out of it, you see that this name is crossing two cells now, F and G. So, but it doesn't mean that it has crossed. So if I come here now to type, you won't see this ME again. It will go under this cell. Do you understand? So let's now say I want to put sex here. You see that you won't see it again. I hope you understand. So when you have not typed in the adjoining cell or the following cell, it looks as if it's overflowing into the other cell. No, it doesn't. Do you understand that? Once you come to the next cell and type, it goes under the cell. So for me to see everything, I will have to adjust this cell now, the width of this cell, by adjusting it the way I taught you the other time. We're still going to go to a place where you're going to learn how to adjust your cell width and height. So that will be done later in one of the videos in this course. I hope you're getting that. But I just wanted to show you this peculiarity. Do you understand? So that's that about that. And I'm going to move on now to now teach you. Now that you're done with your how do you save your work? It's very simple. The way we've been saving on other documents, you do go to File, then come to Save. For the first time, if you're saving for the first time, you can use your Save. Do you understand that? And you go to Browse, then you choose where you want to save your work. I hope you're getting it now. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. I always like that, so I'll choose my desktop. As you can see, this is the desktop now. I'll call this one test 1. That's what I'm going to call this Excel sheet. Now, just like we did under Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, when you come to the Save As type, you click there, then you're going to see the list of the formats that you can save your Excel. So look at it. You can save your Excel with these formats. Look at it, Excel workbook. This is the Microsoft 2016 format. Do you understand that? Just like I told you earlier, you also have the extension for a 97 to 2003 workbook. So if you're using, let's say you have people that are using older versions of Microsoft Excel, and you want to open this workbook on their application, which is between 97 to 2003, then you have to save with this extension for it to be compatible with their application. Do you understand? But if you save with Excel workbook and you want to open this on the application, it will not open. Do you understand that? This one can open on any application, both the lower versions and the latest versions. Do you understand that? So you need to understand that. You also have other formats there. Look at PDF. You could save with PDF. Do you understand that? You could save with CSV. You know, just play around them. You have XPS document and all that. I hope you're getting, just like we've done on Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. You can do the same here. So I'm going to save with Excel now workbook, which is Microsoft from Microsoft Excel 2007 upwards. We'll open this Excel workbook. Do you understand that? So, but if you have an application below 2007, it won't open this particular workbook. Do you understand that? So you have to select this option. Where is it? This one. I hope you got that now. So that's that. If you want your work to become a template, then you use Excel template and you save it. I hope you're getting it now. So that's that about that. You also have the corresponding template for 97 to 2003. I hope you got that clearly. So that's that. So we're going to move on, as I'm going to save it as Excel workbook, which is compatible with Microsoft Word 2007 to 2016. I hope you got that. So I'm going to now save this work on the desktop. Look at the location, desktop. So when I save now, you will notice that when you go to the title bar, it has changed to test 1. Can you see that clearly? So it's no longer it's no longer book 1. So it's now test 1 because I saved it with test 1. Do you understand that? So that's how to save. So if you're working now, maybe you've added something else, let's say John or Joy. Let's say I had a Joy here in capital letter. let's say this is what I added now after saving my work. All I need to do is just to come to this point and save what I've just done now. So once you keep adding data, just keep clicking here to add what you've just done to the existing workbook that you've saved. Do you understand that? But let's now say you want to save this particular workbook with another format. You don't want this format again, or you want a duplicate of it in another format. So you can't come to file and use save. This save will only save your work now. You understand? To save the difference that you made to this document, to this workbook. Do you understand that? So that's what the first one will do. But if you want to change the format, now you have to go to file, then come to save as. So then you can now come to browse and now change to any format you want here. Do you understand that? Or let's say you want to save to a new name, a new file name. You don't want test1 again, you want another name. So you can now change the file name. So it's the same way. For you to do both, you have to come to file, come to save as, and come to browse. Then you can change the file name or change the file type. Do you understand that? So these are things that you could do using your save as command, sorry. So let me just change this to test2. Let's say we want to change the name to test2, so we want another workbook, but with the same workbook that we've created. So we're changing the name we used to save the document now, so the workbook. So I'm going to come to save, and this is what we have now. So can you see test2 now? We still have test1. So if you go to file and go to open, you're going to see test1 there. Can you see test1? So you see test1 coming out. So it's the same thing. The only thing is just that you made a duplicate, saving with another name. I hope you got that. So that is how it works. I hope that is very clear now. Now, how do you now close your work? The same way you've been closing your work on other applications. It's that you close the entire application, or you close this sheet if you don't want the sheet again. So you can go to file, then click close. Do you understand that? And when you close it, it goes to the next open workbook. So this is the other one. So, but I'm still within the application. So it has not closed the entire application. So if I go here now to close this as well, look at it. It's going to move to the last one. Can you see the last one? The last workbook. So if I go here also to close it, now it's asking me, do I want to save this? I don't want to save it. Do you understand? So that's one of the features of Microsoft Office. If you by accident click close, you want to close the application without saving the work you have there, it's going to ask you that you've made a change to this document. Do you want to save that change? Then you can save it, or you say ignore. So I don't want to save it. So as you can see now, this is what you're going to have when you've closed all the workbooks on your Excel application. Then finally you can now click close, and this is it. Do you understand that? So that's how to close your workbook. Now, how do you now open an existing workbook? The first way to open it is to look for that workbook where you saved it. The ones I did the other time, I saved them on the desktop. So this is one of them, this second. Can you see that? So that is one thing you need to understand. So I can open them directly from here by double clicking on it, or right click and click open. Do you understand that? So I have that choice to either double click or right click and open it, just like I've taught you on Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. Do you understand that? So you're at liberty to use any of that. So I'm going to double click now to launch this, and I'm going to wait for it to come up. So as you can see, I'm already there. So I don't have to go and launch my Excel application before coming to this workbook. I can just open the workbook directly. But if you are here already and you want to open an existing workbook, how do you do that? It's very simple. All you need to do now is to go to File, then come to Open, and you're going to select Browse and look for that workbook wherever you've saved it. So you're going to go to all the locations and look for it. If it's on document, if it's on desktop, if it's on download or music or wherever. So you're going to locate it from the location. So I saved mine on the desktop, and when you click desktop, you're going to have them. So let's say I want to open test 2. I'll select it, then click open. Can you see that? So it has opened it for me. So this is test 2 now. Okay. So I can also see it if recently I've worked on that document. When you click File and you come to Open, you're going to see it under Recent. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as you can see, I've worked on them recently, so I have them here. I hope you got that clearly. So that's the way it works. Do you understand that? So that's how to open your work. So anytime you've worked and you want to open that existing workbook, all you need to do is to look for that workbook wherever you saved it and open it from there right away. Or you launch the application first, then go to File, then click Open and look for it from Browse. Do you understand that? So that's the way to do that. I hope you understand that. This is where we're going to stop in this video, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.